Welcome to Drawfee, where we take dumb ideas
and make even dumber drawings.
I'm Nathan.
I'm Jacob.
I'm Julia.
And I'm Brian.
Guys, Brian from Polygon is here on the show. What a pleasure to have you with us. For anyone who is unfamiliar with your wonderful work, why don't you tell the people a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, I'm Brian David Gilbert. I work for Polygon. I make very long videos about things no one has ever wondered about video games before. That's basically my whole job title.
They're a real treat. Highly recommend people check them out if they haven't already.
Yeah, they're called Unraveled, which you didn't say, but I'm going to say.
I know. I like to let people Google that.
Yeah.
I want it to be a little search and find. So
They have to do their own research.
Yeah, we also make long videos. Yours are much more prepared and polished than ours, but
that's a strong term for it.
Your most recent video ended with a very fun list of how to come up with your Dark Souls boss name.
My pal Pat Gill and I worked on this Boss Souls title generator because when you play a lot of Dark Souls, you realize that they all are basically the same and how totally depressing all of the boss title names are. And we wanted you to share in that depressingness, I guess.
Well, we're all going to share in that now because we are going to be drawing ourselves as our Dark Souls boss names based on that list.
Perfect delivery, Nathan.
Thank you.
10 out of 10.
This
Good job.
One and done. We got there. Brian, what is my Dark Souls boss name? My last name begins with Y, and my birthday is the 19th.
Your Dark Souls boss title is Nathan. It was the 19th?
Yes.
Okay, good. I wanted to double check. It's Yellowed Lord of Sin.
Yellowed
Great.
Lord of Sin.
Great.
Something very jaundiced, something very exciting. I think the beauty of Dark Souls boss titles is that you can go in expecting something from the name and then just be completely just taken aback by how much worse it is in real life.
It's pretty. I sound gross.
Yeah.
I sound like one of the like some of the bosses are just actually scary, and some of them are just gross.
Now I'm wondering if you have any ideas about how to really emphasize that you are a Lord of Sin.
Well, I'm thinking of just all the sins right now. I'm
So
sort
just
of
list them off.
I'm thinking of the sins. The one I'm sort of going with that feels the most me. It gotta be sloth.
Okay. Yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah, I think, and I think that sort of goes along with the yellowed. Like maybe I imagine like you come across me and I've just been like sitting on like I don't know some sort of sinful throne.
Yeah,
Just-
thrones are the most sinful seating arrangement.
Just really sinning it up. I think
That's very true. Do you think the yellowedness is coming just from like a pallor of staying inside too long or like Cheeto dust?
Yeah, I think a healthy mix of both, an unhealthy mix of both, rather. Yeah, so I think sloth is definitely number one, but gluttony's got to be a close second. I imagine like the beginning of the boss fight is just like the person wailing on me for a little bit.
Yeah, he's really trying to coax you out of the chair even.
As I'm like getting up.
Yeah, I think that's both a good game mechanic and also it just really characterizes you immediately.
Yeah, once you get to wrath, that's when I really start.
Yeah, you gotta hit through all of the 7. So I am a little bit wondering about how you're gonna show pride and greed in this this very intense Dark Souls boss battle.
Is this a 7-phase battle? Like 7 health bars?
I wouldn't put it past From Software to give you a 7-phase battle.
Not at this point. Not after I just beat Sekiro recently, and that final boss fight just kept giving me phases.
Well done. That's impressive. I have yet to beat Sekiro, and I've just given it up. I think I've accepted that now that I work for Polygon, a company that talks about video games. I don't do any video gaming. I just read. That's my whole job now.
And making spreadsheets, apparently.
It's spreadsheets and reading. So it's basically like I left my terrible job as a copy editor for a financial publication and started doing the same job, but for Polygon. I love this pose already. There's so much. I can tell you're really just leaning into that chair as hard as possible, like me at 4 o'clock in the afternoon every day in the office.
Yeah, you and I have similar office behaviors.
Yeah, no, it's good. I have to sometimes catch myself, like when someone will Like when one of my coworkers will come by and ask me something at like 4:30 and I have to do a whole like 30 seconds sitting up from the bottom of my chair.
Just accompanied by like the biggest groan.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, but now though, you're Brian David Gilbert of the successful internet smash hit Unraveled. So do you get to like take any of that clout into your day-to-day life at your job? Do you get to like scream at people more?
I do. Well, I've been screaming at people since day one, so that hasn't changed much.
That's a power move.
Yeah, no, I definitely have. I'm not sure if clout is the correct term for it. It's more like resigned acceptance when like I'm like, hey, what if I did Dark Souls bosses as actual bosses, and my boss will just be like, whatever. Like, I don't, feel free, I guess. We'll see how this goes.
So what is your Dark Souls boss name?
Mine is Brian Gallant Pallbearer, which is kind of simple and maybe a bit normal, but I can't give myself the good ones, right? Like, I have to accept that if I were to be an unbiased creator of this Dark Souls boss title generator, I gotta be the Gallant Pallbearer, which is fine, I guess.
I mean, you sound delightful.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Is that it's possible that I'm the pallbearer that like does the job when there aren't enough pallbearers at the funeral, and I'm a little too excited about it. Like, it makes people a little bit too uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's more of an emotional boss fight of dealing with you while also going through the loss of a loved one.
Exactly.
Hey, who died? Your grandma? Let's get this good.
Oh, guys, I haven't pallbeared an uncle in so long. You guys, I'm so excited for today.
You guys are in for a treat. I love pallbearing.
This big smile on your face at this very somber occasion.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just in the back as everyone's crying, just like on my toes, bouncing up and down, just waiting to pallbear.
Oh, yeah, that's a solid uncle in that casket. You know what I'm saying?
You guys had a thick unk. Tell you what.
I do appreciate the idea of a thick unk, and I really hope that I can be called a thick unk at some point whenever my brother or sister have children.
That's thick Unc Brian.
I love is that a greasiness? What is the residue you have there?
Yeah, I think it's just, well, you mentioned Cheeto dust, and so I'm trying, I mean, I haven't played the Souls games, but is there like an equivalent gross food that the bosses might enjoy?
The old blood, but that's a different kind of.
Spoiler alert, I too have never played a Souls game, but
Wow.
that I have to keep that kind of on the DL. I just read wikis. My thought process is that people know that, and also I kind of appreciate the fact that I've now done multiple Unraveleds about games that I have no connection with whatsoever, but it allows me to be really, neutral and can really cut into the meat of it without feeling bad about it. And same thing with Dark Souls, but to be honest, the Estus flasks that you drink as the actual player character, I can't imagine drinking so many of those would be good for you. Like, I'm sure it's all right if you drink one Coca-Cola, but if you drink like 50 Cokes, you're in for a bad time. I think it's the same thing.
As the player character, at least, you're chugging those Estus like on the reg if you want to survive.
Yeah.
You're drinking like 10, 20 Estus per, boss attempt.
God, yeah, why won't they let the Dark Souls character pee, is my question. Why haven't they put that in?
That's the next Unraveled video.
I feel like that's a bigger thing. There are very few games that allow you to pee, and that's a sin, maybe, that they haven't accepted that into their gameplay mechanics.
And I am a Lord of Sin, as we've established.
This boss pees.
This boss definitely has some rude attacks.
Yeah.
Truly.
Some bodily functions.
When you get to lust, it goes off the rails.
I'm just imagining whatever poor guides video maker on YouTube would have to explain the lust section of the Lord of Sin and be like, for this one, you just want to go ahead and equip your great sword and, like, I don't know, turn away from the TV for a bit. Just kind of wail without looking. It'll be best for you.
Maybe put it on mute.
Yeah.
Don't listen to the squishy noises.
If your parents are at home, that's a bad move.
I just imagine, like, the very professional YouTuber with a series of deep sighs being like, when the boss uses his dong swipe, you're gonna wanna... Oh, God.
Oh. Now, you don't want to confuse his thrust attack during this section with the same thrust attack that happens before. Those are different attacks.
Now, Nathan, I do have to get into this because I am an avid player of the Souls series.
How am I doing? Is this looking... Because I know that faces need to be obscured.
Yeah, that's critical, and you've gotten that done really well. I just need some lore. Like, it's not a Souls boss if it doesn't have a little bit of lore.
Okay.
So deliver me some lore tidbits about this guy.
Well, I'm a lord, so I think I was probably some sort of noble who commissioned the most comfortable chair be chiseled from like the comfort stones.
Sure.
And then once I sat in it, I never wanted to get up.
I just love these lazy stone furniture seats. They're just so comfy. You just sink right in. You can't get out.
I can't tell you how many great leaders have been taken down by a good chair.
Yeah.
Winston Churchill, never saw that dude standing. You know?
Yeah.
Always
That's
sitting.
it.
FDR.
FDR,
Big sitter.
Yeah.
big sitter. Yeah. Powerful leaders, powerful chairs,
Mm-hmm. They go hand in hand.
for sure.
I'm unclear as to why, we as the player character need to kill this boss.
Because you just don't want him around.
You just
want to
can't
make sure this
abide.
guy cannot get to you.
I feel like, Nathan, you're definitely an optional boss. Like, if you walk into this throne room, you can just walk right past you and nothing will happen. But, like, everyone wants to fight you.
All right, that's me, Yellowed Lord of Sin.
It's gorgeous.
Excellent work, Nathan.
Got to make sure it's real nice and yellow in the render, Julia.
Yep, noted.
Okay, Jacob, do you want to draw yourself?
Yes, it's my turn. All right, Brian, I'm ready for my Dark Souls boss. My last name starts with an A, and my birthday is on the 9th.
Perfect. All right, Jacob, you are Jacob, accursed blacksmith.
Cursed
Accursed.
blacksmith.
Cursed blacksmith. At least you got a job.
That's true.
Yeah, that is nice.
That's nice.
You
Yeah, I
have
think
employment.
the economy in Lordran, not the best.
Yeah, no, they've been going through some difficult recessions, but blacksmithing is a very solid one. Perhaps two. Maybe you've been cursed into this job. You're stuck there forever now.
Is that my curse? I don't actually enjoy blacksmithing.
You just want to go off and like study law, but your parents forced you into blacksmithing.
Yeah, I really got into the blacksmithing trade early, and now it's like I'm really good at it.
Mm-hmm.
But is it really what I love?
Yeah. No, that's a question we must all ask ourselves at some point in our lives.
So doesn't Dark Souls have a blacksmith that kind of hangs about in the game?
Yeah, there's a few.
Okay.
Are any of them accursed?
I feel like everyone's
Probably.
accursed.
One of them's a skeleton.
Oh.
Yeah, that's pretty accursed.
He seems accursed to me.
Now that's a guy who's really stuck in his job.
He's
Can't even escape it in death.
he's a skeleton, and he's down at the bottom of a really deep pit, and it's like a hidden place. So I don't know who he's blacksmithing for, but he's down there hammering away all the time.
You know, why does he have to be blacksmithing for anyone? Why can't he be blacksmithing for himself?
Yeah, you know what? Isn't creation its own reward?
Wow.
You know what? I've learned a valuable lesson today, you guys.
Especially for a skeleton.
The skeleton blacksmiths for himself.
So is this just like me?
So you're drawing, you just sort of started drawing your classic Bean Boy
I'm
face.
drawing me right now.
See, that's good. I feel like there's the potential for more Dark Souls things in the body language, because there are some characters, granted not many, but there are some that look like normal humans that just like have a special fancy weird armor set.
Yeah, for sure.
That is true.
And you make that weird armor set as the blacksmith.
This is just going to be me. It's going to be my head.
Okay.
Okay, so totally normal head.
And then I think I'm really just going to curse up the body.
Yeah.
There are not that many people in my life who I would immediately describe as accursed. If someone was like, "Can you
Yeah.
please?" Oh, but like if someone was like, "Hey, how's Jacob?" And I'll be like, "Oh, he's accursed for
He's
sure."
accursed as always.
Oh, this is a shape.
This is a good shape.
Oh.
We've
Yeah.
got
I'm kind of flying by the seat of my pants here. I'm going to start with this shape, and we're going to see where we go.
Ooh,
Okay.
I love that.
Because I think
I really like this image. Like you've got a blacksmith, but you don't have any limbs. You're just a head popping out of a blob.
Good old potato blacksmith.
I've been cursed with a perfect blacksmith's body.
Oh.
And so blacksmithing is like all I'm really suited 4.
Okay.
Jacob, it's okay to say that you're just making a self-insert right now that's super hot.
This is my super hot Dark Souls blacksmith OC. I got that like thick blacksmith's neck
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
because I think I'm gonna have like really big beefy arms.
Okay, yeah.
Wow.
And, like here, this one's got like
Cool.
the hammer. Oh, I'm so accursed.
Yeah,
Oh,
really
so
accursed.
cursed with this strong muscle body.
My giant muscle body and my cool big hammer.
I drew myself as like a gross fat guy. You're just drawing yourself with big muscles.
Look, sometimes you can have a curse if you're over muscled. There was this PE teacher in high school who was so jacked that he couldn't clap his hands over his head because his muscles just
no.
wouldn't allow him to move his hands over his head to clap. And just imagine how terrible that would be at like a Carly Rae Jepsen concert or something, right? Like you can't even excite.
You can't participate.
Right? It's terrible.
So here's like my big, like my back muscles and my pec muscles, also very strong.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Just
Yeah.
getting
And like the shoulder muscles too.
more and more potatoed as this drawing.
All this stuff is like really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
let's
why
finish this arm here?
So why does the hero of the game have to fight you?
You beg him.
It's a favor.
It's
Please, for the love of God, I
Put me
cannot.
down.
Yeah.
Well, it's like
Yeah.
I want to try out some new things, you know, because it's like I've been blacksmithing my whole life. I'm cursed with this perfect, beautiful blacksmith's body.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so I ask, you know, the hero of the game, I'm like, can I try out, just like test out maybe being like a boss for a bit? I've been thinking of getting into bossing. And so you can choose to like accommodate me or not.
Another good optional boss. We have 2 optional bosses here, which is really solid.
Yeah, Julia's going to have to hopefully be like a main series, main
Yeah.
line.
Julia's going to be like the end boss for sure.
Nice.
Let
right.
me get another arm in here. I
Yeah.
should have 2 of those.
Your anatomy really is
Mhm.
just something. You are just a plate of chicken wings seen from above.
It's very good.
It's like good
could-
chicken wings, lots of meat on them.
Yeah.
That's what you want. Is this the type of hammer that blacksmiths use?
No.
Yeah, no, this
it's
is right.
not.
This
I
is
think
perfect.
so. It's just like a big version
It's just
of.
a big version of like a hammer for building a house.
Yeah, and I have 2 of them.
You-
Do I know how to blacksmith? That's the question.
It's
I'm now
actually,
kinda-
I feel like at that scale, Jacob, you're just holding those 2 novelty inflatable hammers that you can like smack your friends around with.
bonk, bonk, bonk.
It makes that squeaky noise. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I think we're just gonna get like my torso kind of curving around.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
no.
Now, this is
You're really
a-
crushed into this room.
This
huh?
is a pose.
Yeah, for sure, and like the abs rippling
Yeah.
for sure.
Uh-huh.
But then the legs.
Now you could do what I did and just oh
Oh,
wow.
Oh, how do they support your beefiness?
They are
Oh.
so widespread. I'm so happy about that.
Really
Cute.
widespread.
Cute little
That
baby
thigh
feet.
gap, you know?
Well, I'm on a little stool.
Oh, do the feet not even reach the ground?
The feet. I'm like
They're like dangling.
I'm like
We'll
doing
do
like little kicks.
kickies.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me reflect
Yeah.
that. This one's kicking out.
If you try and get too close, there is a hitbox on the kicks. It's very small, but it does a fair amount of damage.
I'm just doing my little. This one's kicking back.
It's mostly embarrassment and damage to your ego
It's
if
like
you
a
get
can-
kicked by these little feet.
Psychic damage for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
I need some kind of like Dark Soulsy-ness to me.
Uh-huh.
I've played so much of these games, and this is what I've drawn.
Well, obviously, because it's the most accurate to Dark Souls, because you've played them the most.
Yeah. Maybe if I just add like.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I know what I'll do here. Like a knight helmet.
Oh, but it's
Oh,
on
okay.
It's on your back.
Yeah, it sits up
Someone
here.
put it up there,
Yeah,
and
you
you don't
couldn't
have that
get it.
range.
I can't clap
It's a
above my
Can't get
head.
it.
That's
I
the
can't reach
truest
there.
curse. Your friends are so mean to you. It's like the medieval equivalent of a kick me sign.
So here's this helmet.
If you are defeated by the hero does get that helmet. It's not very good, but it's something. It's more like a trophy.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's something someone would be willing to waste on a joke
Yeah.
to play on me, the accursed blacksmith.
Excellent.
Jacob, this is
I don't-
great.
That's so good.
This is so accursed.
Can I add one more curse to you,
Yes,
Jacob?
please.
It's that you are cursed into this blacksmithing job, but you're only okay at it.
Oh no.
Oh,
Your
no.
armor's just a little bit misshapen, a little wobbly.
It's because my heart's not in it.
Yeah.
Like I've got 2 big strong arms and I have 2 very large hammers.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not enough, you know, if you're not putting your
You need the
soul and heart
passion.
into it. I hope that like my character's arc is that you can, you know, help him like really figure out that his passion does lie in blacksmithing, and then he makes you some really good armor.
There's 2 ways to beat this boss. One is with stabs, and the other was with, you know, like self-actualization.
I was so concerned about smithing the armor, I didn't think about smithing myself.
That's his final quote. I guess this is done. I drew me with a giant torso and 2 hammers.
It's pretty good. I think it's pretty good, Jacob.
Julia, do you want to do a good job?
I'll do a job. So, what is my boss name? My last name starts with L, and my birthday is on the 12th.
12th. Ooh, now this is an exciting one. You are Julia Luminous Bloodletter. Ooh. You just are just radiant as you're putting leeches on people.
All right.
You definitely sound like a mandatory boss.
Yeah.
Like you would be one of like the Dark King's, you know, advisors. There's always a Dark King.
You're the smith of the Dark King. I'm like the Dark King's shitty nephew.
Yeah, and now you have your Dark King's homeopathic medicine.
Yeah. Yeah, luminous makes me think of crystals, and bloodletting is leeches. So you really got all the...
Oh,
Crystal
see,
leeches.
I was mistaking bloodletting because I know for people who have those like things where they can't stop producing iron in their blood, they have to get it taken. So I was thinking like needles and stuff.
Oh, even better.
That works too.
That's also very, very Dark Souls, yeah.
Yeah.
Any way you can get the blood out of there, I think is fine.
It has to be let, is the thing. That blood gotta be let.
That's the most important facet, is that it needs to get let.
Any way you can get the blood out of there. That sounds like your slogan.
We will for sure get that blood out of you.
You just show up and you're just like, ooh, I can already tell you've got way too much blood. Let me help with that.
Yeah.
Just keep stabbing them with needles.
Keep accidentally killing the player character and being like, okay, a little too far that time again. When you respawn, come back, we'll try it again.
Yeah, your big goal here is just like quantity and speed of bloodletting. Like
Yeah.
that's how your entire medical license was based on, and you're gonna go for it.
Brian, I do want to say a lot of times with these lists, the first letter of the name is just sort of like a placeholder. It doesn't really have much to do with the word you get, but I really appreciate that with your list, the last name letter, it does correspond to the letter of the adjective.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's that was mostly Pat Gill's insistence. He's very, very particular and very meticulous about his adjectives, and so I really appreciated his ability to find things for like zygomorphous is one of them.
That's pretty good.
Which I had to look up. That's just that just means like symmetrical. A few of them I put in there, like xylophonic, which just means like a xylophone.
Like a xylophone. I'm just imagining one of them old-timey Skeltons cartoons where they just play their rib cage. Like
it's exactly what it is. If you could get xylophonic bone collective, then you're really rolling in it.
That just
Oh, that
sounds
sounds like a
band,
band.
yeah.
Yeah. I want to be in that band.
get tickets to that.
I really liked their third album best, but I feel like they sold out after that. Maybe it's just the lack of xylophones. They really
They still put on a good live show, though.
Oh
you
yeah,
know?
they know to play the hits.
Yeah, they play all the hits. Is this going to be your big needle?
Yeah.
Your needle staff.
Does it go into a syringe or is it just a big?
No, it's just a good like this is like a sewing needle almost.
Yeah, basically.
Once the blood's out of you, I don't care where it goes.
Yeah.
we're not.
That's not part of my job.
no,
saving it
Listen,
for anything.
my job is to get the blood out.
Not my
all right?
department.
I imagine that like just scattered around this boss fight is just a bunch of metal tubs, and you hope that the blood goes into them at some point.
Yeah.
But like, if it
Could
splashes,
you?
whatever.
I'm gonna try to push you towards the right of the room, just because that's where all my tubs are located.
Blood tubs is opening for xylophonic, but
I need luminous. I'm also okay.
you're also luminous.
I'm also
Yeah, that's-
luminous. Let's try to figure that one out.
Here's the thing, is that luminous, most people would say is a positive adjective, but then there's also Dark Souls bosses like the Dancer of the Boreal Valley, which are like, hell yeah, I want to go see a dancer, but no, it's very spooky and bad. So who can say what'll happen?
Yeah, the dancing involves a lot more stabbing than you would like, ideally.
It's a very, very modern piece of dance.
Yeah. Very interactive.
A super immersive dance theater where you could die.
I mean, there's also bosses just like Moonlight Butterfly.
Mm-hmm.
That's a boss?
Which sounds very pretty and is very pretty, but also a giant asshole.
That's Dark Souls-y to have a crown.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
for
a very intense headgear is a major part of Dark Souls.
And I like that you've combined the needle aesthetic with the luminous. You've made sort of a sun of needles.
Yeah. It's like, if you're going to headbutt, it better bloodlet as well. Like, all things must cause some sort of bloodletting.
I need to be very pointy everywhere, you know?
I really love, Julia, the fashion souls you're putting into this. Like,
Thank you.
Not to say that the first two bosses weren't fashionable. One of them was shirtless. But
that's a look.
He was wearing just
He had a helmet.
We were both of us were shirtless. Yours just had a helmet, and mine was just a shitty loincloth and a bone belt.
Yep, that'll happen. We were counting on Julia to really bring the souls.
We knew Julia would draw clothing.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is, very intense, very good.
Listen, if I get to design some sort of medieval fashionry, I'm going to do it. I'm wearing like some, because you gotta, sometimes people pass out, gotta get on those elbows. A little bit of elbow protection.
Do you think you have like a cart of cookies nearby just in case someone loses too much sugar?
Yeah, absolutely I do.
Every time you die, when you fail to beat this boss, you do wake up with a cookie in your inventory.
They give you a note that you can give to your work to prove that you were going to a bloodletting.
All the other bosses that you were scheduled to fight are like, oh yeah, okay.
Well, this is why you were taking so long to get to me. Is this right? I feel like I'm not pointy or big enough somehow.
We could add some points to those shoulders, I bet.
I will suggest that a lot of Dark Souls bosses have just the one name, but they do have weird pets that come in at a random point. So there's a potential for other bloodletting creatures to help you out.
I like that.
Like how Gaping Dragon has his buddy, the Chandler.
Yeah,
Exactly. Chandler from Friends.
Chandler from Friends, yeah. I want a big cape because I have to.
That's going to get covered in blood. It's going to be so heavy.
But
The
when
blood cape.
people pass out, tuck them in. Tuck them in with the
Tuck
cape.
him into the blood cape.
Hey, you know what? I just realized these arms don't make sense, huh?
Oh, wow, they really don't.
Hey, but let's talk for a second. From Software does some wild things with limbs, okay? They can be as long as you want them to be.
That's true. However, it's just like one little baby arm.
Yeah, these arms aren't very zygomorphic.
Nice.
That was my vocabulary
Excellent work,
word.
Nathan.
Ooh, very good. I'm glad. I will test you on the rest of them.
There we go. That's where that
Xylophonic.
belongs.
I don't know how I didn't notice that.
I didn't either, and I was the one who was drawing it. You know what I mean?
I feel like you should just make that right arm 6 feet longer. At this point, just make it a design choice.
That's your reaching arm.
Yeah, that's for bringing them in for a close embrace so you can bloodlet.
Yeah. Hey, where are you going, bud? I wasn't done.
I do want a second needle.
Yeah. This pose is so cool. This
Thank
just
you.
sort of like, oh, hey. Didn't see you there.
Sorry, just moving my needles to the other side of the room. Are you here for treatment? You are here
Did
for
we have an
treatment. You have no
appointment? I'm
choice.
sorry. Yeah.
Let's get you in.
Let's get you leaded.
You know, do you have an appointment? Doesn't matter.
Do you have an appointment?
Hey. I need an animal. What kind of animal should I have?
Perhaps a mesquite. So a swarm of mesquites.
Yeah, just draw a bunch of
Just
tiny
make a big
bugs.
Yeah.
just do that. That's fine. I'm sure you can.
A vampire bat.
Oh, that's another good bloodletter.
But I need something that says luminous.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
Well,
guess
mosquitoes
that's
like to go towards light.
I'm not drawing mosquitoes.
One time my dog ran into me and I fell into a table and I bled. So that was kind of like a bloodletting animal.
It's a good dog prank.
Yeah, it's a classic.
He
dog.
got you.
Yeah.
Got you real good. Yeah, Julia would have a dog.
I would.
That's just a Julia thing.
Is it a bloodhound?
Oh.
I don't know how to draw bloodhounds. So
You
no.
can just insist it is.
Yeah. No, this is my bloodhound. Are you sure?
It's not the species, but it's a hound that loves blood. It's my bloodhound.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's just like a row of human teeth. Does that dog have an overbite?
I'm taking some shortcuts here, so I'm not here all day.
It looks like the dog has dentures.
All right.
Well, they
all
also
right.
do dentistry in the
Yeah.
other part of the office.
We're not so
bloodletting
much
and
known
dentistry.
for that, but we'll do it.
Oh no, I love the dog with the mouthful of human teeth. That's a very Dark Souls thing.
That's true. He can still have the human teeth.
And Sonic movie thing now.
Yeah.
People love human teeth on all of their furry creatures.
It's weird they kept doing these focus groups for just random things, and someone would inevitably mention human teeth and how great they were.
How else will I relate to this character?
Yeah.
That's what I also learned in my like playwriting course. They're like, if you're struggling to make relatable characters, give them human teeth.
Just write that into the stage direction.
Yeah. It is important to note this character has human teeth.
Well, yes, you're talking about your main character who is a human. Why would you note that they have human teeth? Nope, don't worry about it,
Well, you have to write it in a bit more cleverly so the character will like say some dialogue like, let me chomp my human teeth
Yeah, you're
on
right.
this sandwich.
Yeah, you just wrote a scene here where the main character just opens their mouth real big and goes,
No. See, that's what people are expecting to see in the third act. It's Chekhov's human teeth.
At the very end, the villain is like, we're not so different, you and I, reveals their own set of human teeth. And the audience no longer knows who to root for.
wow.
Oh, it's so powerful.
I think I'm done.
Yeah, this is wonderful.
This is, very good. High fashion souls.
Just Julia and Scout going out for a walk.
Scout got much bigger in this game than he is in real life.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so I think this is me.
The radiant? No, luminous.
Luminous.
Bloodletter.
Really, that's fabulous. I'm so amazed at all three of your bosses. I'd play this game. I would be confused probably halfway through playing this game, but I would play this game.
Yeah, it takes a dip in the middle act when you reach the accursed blacksmith. Very big tonal shift.
Two optional bosses and one.
One person who's just trying to very passionately do their job.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's the thing. Maybe this is also an optional boss, but she will come find you. So, like, it's gonna be a mandatory boss.
Would love a game of just all optional bosses. You can just go to the end.
You just have a nice time exploring.
Just see a bunch of wits like, oh, that guy looks weird. Bet it'd be crazy to fight them. Well,
See you later.
No reason to find out.
well, Brian, thank you so much for coming on this episode. This was a real treat.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so happy to finally use someone else's artistic talents to portray my visions.
Yeah, anytime. People can find your videos on Polygon. You got anything else you'd like to plug?
I'm not really. I mean, the good and bad thing about being named Brian David Gilbert is that with 3 first names, there's really only me that is that way. So, yeah, you'll find me if you try to find me, I guess.
Great. We'll definitely check out Brian's stuff. Unraveled. It's great. It's a
Yeah.
good time.
It
Yep.
rules. Go watch it.
Go watch it. And leave a suggestion of what you'd like to see us draw next. If there are any other internet creators out there that are making cool stuff that you want to see us collab with, leave it in the comments. As always, we're very sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry. Hey gang, if you like that video, then the best way to support Drawfee is to sign up for Dropout. It costs less than a tube of tennis balls a month, and you'll get Drawfee videos a week early. You'll also get to talk to us on the Discord, and you'll get access to exclusive series like D20 and Cartoon Hell. Sign up for your free trial to Dropout on dropout.tv. Won't cost you an arm and a leg nor your soul, though I did ask for that and they said no. So, whatever.